I just want y'all to know that I'm a pretty ass motherfucker, and don't you ever fucking forget it. But hey, you guys, welcome back to Sunshine's Bakery. Y'all know how we do. We talk, we begin our day, and we start talking our shit. This time I have actual valid talking points, so I ain't gonna let my intrusive thoughts win this time all the way. Pow, pow, pow. Excuse me. Somebody said they were going to unfollow me and block me because I burped on camera. And I could think to myself, if I have gas in my body, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, I could just stop. And even if I could stop, like, why would I want to stop? Like, I'm a human being, I'm a person. And this is my platform. I do what I want on my platform. It's giving what it's giving. So you guys, today's weather is giving extremely cold, like freeze your poom poom off. So while we are in Sunshine's corner, we're going to go be doing. Ouch, I have to stretch this out. Like, yuck. So, y'all, while we're in Sunshine's corner, because I have on shorts. So, while we're in Sunshine's corner, we will be talking about the three things I wrote down. But before I get into it, I want to say when people brag about how nasty they plan on doing you, or when they talk about, like, oh man, I really want to do that bitch dirty and do that bitch in, these bitches really don't be having it in their heart. So you know what I'm saying? To be solid. So like the next time a motherfucker is talking to you and telling you how bad they planned on doing you and dirty instead of just leaving you alone and letting you live your life when that was the most easiest choice they could have possibly did, be like, bitch, thank you for being my number one fan and walk off. Like, mind you, I had a dude who I dated. And I'm gonna get into it. I'm about to go to the topics later. But I had a dude who I was dating, and in the middle of us dating, he decided that he wanted to, I don't know, let's just say, tell me that I was a whore, a slut, a bitch, and that he planned on trying to get people to run a train on me and do other things like that because to him, I was worth treating like shit. But to me, in the back of my mind, all I could think to myself was, you're bragging and telling me all of this shit because I won't take you back or I won't put up with your shit or I have boundaries now and I have standards, and the same game that you used to run back then, you can't run now. So now you're mad because the game that you're running is not running how you expected to run because you thought I was gonna be that same weak ass dumb ass bitch. But because I'm not a pick me anymore, or one of those bitches who like I'm be ride or die for my man. Now you think in your heart of hearts that this is what's best for you. Delusion at its finest. Let people think they got one over you, because I'm telling you right now, I don't put energy into things that don't make me happy or things that don't work out for me. Meaning I don't put my time and energy into things that I feel like I have to get my lick back for. Like, mind you, I had a friendship I cut off because I was like, this bitch make me want to do all this shit. And I was like, bruh, if I gotta do all this shit, it's not worth it. Like, mind you, I had an ex, and I was like, I said, you make me want to go for the jugglers. You make me really want to hurt your feelings. You make me, I was like, I could easily leave you the fuck alone. We just not here, and I don't have to disturb my peace to be in your life. So before you go out there disturbing your peace, if somebody tell you how bad and how hard they work to destroy your peace, like, realize that if somebody has to destroy your peace for them to be peaceful with you, y'all two just ain't meant to be. And there's nothing that you could do. So let's go to Sunshine's Bakery. Y'all know how we do it together. And we gonna get into the topics, okay? Because I just said a word and let that sizzle in your spirit. And if you find yourself being that person that has to vex yourself to vex somebody else to make sure that they feel uncomfortable around you or to belittle them, you're wasting your time and energy. And I know time isn't real, and I know most of y'all think it is, but seeing that time is real in that forefront and sense, because we say like, oh, this is how many days, hours, and shit like that. Why would you put even forth that energy? Why would you put that back out there? Hmm. Let it go. Oh, but together. So, yeah, I'm gonna be talking about 3 topics, and I'm not gonna let my intrusive thoughts win today at all. So, let's go get it. So, the first one I wanted to talk about was growing pains, but I already started that one. And if we get it again, then I'm really gonna go deep in growing pains. But y'all know me, I can't really do anything if I'm thinking too much into it. Y'all know me. Y'all know the kid. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. Yeah, I'm such a perfectionist that sometimes I just have to like kind of go with the flow. Like my booty hole is clenched tight with perfection and OCDness. Like if not, baby, it is what it is, and we threw it up, 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 we threw it up. In the first, we threw it up. I looked at them. My perfectionist will not let me be great. Bomb. Growing pains again. Okay, so clearly we're talking about growing pains. So growing pains, when it comes down to growing pains, if we're being completely honest, growing pains hurt like a bitch. People think that you just elevate and you become this better person overnight, but the truth of the matter is you never really become a better person. You never become person. You never become that person overnight. Like you have to start doing certain things, and then your body has to fight you. Your mind, body, and soul has to fight you on certain things. Like when I was toxic and used to live for the drama, the ooh this bitch did this, ooh like the drama and shit, I literally had to fight the urges. Like I literally had to stop watching reality TV because reality TV, like them bitches will fight over anything. I was like, yep. To retrain my spirit, baby, I had to stop watching that shit. Like, it hurt me to not watch Love and Basketball. I was like, damn, dog, I wonder if Portia is finna snap today. You know what I'm saying? Watching Love and Hip Hop, I had to, like, not find what they did to be interesting. Like, if it was a conversation that could have fixed it and they could have been out at evens and they chose to be at odds, or go to the conversation with the purpose of misunderstanding it, bitch, I had to find that shit disgusting. It took everything in me because I was like, oh, I love the drama as long as I'm not in it. You know what I mean? It took, like, there is a disconnect that has to happen from the old life, and if you don't have that fight where your new life and your old life are fighting each other, you're not going to be at peace. And when I say it should be fighting each other, like, it should be fighting each other like a motherfucker. When I used to be an alcoholic, and now I drink, if I drink, cautiously. So it's like not too much, not too little, and like I drink just enough. Like if I go out there and the intent is to get drunk, I know like tonight we're getting drunk, and that's just it because I wanted to. But if I go out there and I'm like, you know what, I just want a slight buzz, bitch. After that slight, I'll be like, I'm done. I'm good. I'm done. You know what I mean? So it took a lot for me to go from being a stone cold alcoholic to being sober, to having a limit and knowing what I want to do and why I want to do it, and not using it as a coping mechanism. Like, people think I smoke because it's a coping mechanism. At first it was, okay, I ain't gonna hold you. I used to smoke a lot, like a lot more than I do now. Whew, a lot more. Like when my anxiety was really bad before I got into therapy, I had to stop smoking weed. And stop smoking weed. Oh, I was irritated, bitch. Oh, bitch couldn't say shit to me not even on a good day, bitch. I would be ready to punch a bitch dead in their throat. Okay, looking at me too tough. But it took me like taking a break, getting back into it, but only doing it not as a this motherfucker done pissed me off so mad so much I gotta go smoke to calm my nerves. Like, no, I smoke because I like smoking, and it's one of my hobbies. I like the fact that Snoop Dogg smokes weed a lot. I like the fact that Wiz Khalifa smokes weed a lot. To me, it is beautiful. Okay, Snoop be in places smoking weed and shit, and I see he don't do it around the kids and shit. But to be honest, like, the nigga, he made being a stoner cool for me. So, bitch, I want to be a stoner. I do that now, and I don't use it to like, oh man, I've had a long day at work, let me go hit this. Like, nah. I literally sit there, I process, and I go through, and then once I'm cool, calm, and collect, that's when I do it. I literally had to, so when it comes down to growing pains, if you ain't experiencing that Or you ain't have, nah, man, I really had to go fight this today, and I really had to just not do this today, or I really had to show up, or I really had to go. Like, if you don't have a moment in your story where you had uncomfortable, you haven't really officially grown from anything. So we can sit there and say, oh, we've grown from infidelity or snapping when we get cheated on, and then if we get cheated on again, because test time has to come for the shit that we say we want. And the first thing we do is snap, and we be like, I'm about to beat this bitch's ass. This bitch don't know me. It's baby, I had a man cheat on me and I knew it. And growing pains was not pretending like I didn't see them messages and them calls and hearing him on the phone. Yeah, growing pains. I had to acknowledge that shit in broad daylight, and I had to leave. Breaking up with that man broke my heart, honey. Broke my fragile ass heart. My little heart right here broke into a million pieces, okay? Because that was my heart I was leaving. That was my what you call it. And I had to redefine my love language and how I wanted to be loved. I had to redo all of that shit. And that was some real growing pain. Because, bitch, I love that man. Like, when you said, don't you love that man? Dun, 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 dun. His eyes love that man. Very much he so did love that man. So, yeah, that was a part of growing pains. Because I had to choose me. And choosing myself is hard. That's how people see me now and they're like I'm conceited and all this other shit. No, bitch, I just actually like myself enough now to brag on me and give me my props and just like show up for myself and be happy that I'm here. Because for a long time, it took me a long time to get comfortable with being present. And even when you get over that growing pain, there's another growing pain that you have to kind of go through. Like, damn, I let this happen. And you have to be able to accept the past. Like, a lot of times people be like, oh, I've grown, but they can't accept the past. And that's another part of it. Like, you have to accept the past and admit that, like, yeah, whatever. Because guess what? Everything is not always pretty and attractive and all these other things. Sometimes it's a lot and sometimes it's stressful. Sometimes you may not have the shit that you want. Sometimes you may not even get the things that you want. And sometimes it's like we do all this growth and then there's nothing on the other side except for, okay, you grew. What do you do then? And that's part of growing pains because yeah, you got better, but you didn't get shit in return. Like, trust me, becoming a better content creator did not take away. I didn't gain shit. I didn't get a million followers for becoming a better content creator. I didn't get none of that shit, right? I get people come in every now and again, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I really fuck with this shit. But guess what? I didn't get the instant gratification. I didn't get the, oh my gosh, I finally healed. Now here comes the love of my life. I didn't get that shit. I got another lesson and another one 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 and another one. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm being silly right now. But no, like, I just got another one and I didn't get the instant gratification. I didn't. I remember when I finally became licensed as a teacher. Boy, I thought my years of experience was gonna transfer over. Boy, I thought them motherfuckers gonna be eating my asshole. Like, yum, yum, yum. Motherfuckers didn't do none of that shit. I had to start from the fucking bottom. Worked so motherfucking hard. Became teacher of the year. Okay? It took me 2 years after I had been certified. Even though I worked under the best of the best, the Toolage and everybody else, I literally had to wait and take my time before I got nominated for Teacher of the Year. And I had my kids speaking sign language. They knew a little bit of Spanish. They were using their words. I was potty training them. They was like, I really did everything that you could have done to get Teacher of the fucking Year. Years prior and before. And once I got certified, it took me 2 years. I had stepped my game up so much, my kids was angry when they couldn't come to class. What child do you know is upset that they can't come to school? Most kids will be like, oh, I ain't gotta go to school today. That's fine. That's fine. But my kids, and I work with kids from age of to from 2 to 16, and not 18 like an actual adult. And to be honest, the amount of work that I kind of put, yeah, 2 years, 2 years, and it all got taken away from me. Growing pains. So you could literally be the standard, and then when you become the standard, things that weren't a problem become a problem. And then it's, oh, you have to choose this or that. Yeah, I literally had to give up teaching because it won't mean I couldn't have a YouTube channel. It won't mean I couldn't be a person or an individual. And most teachers know that, like, if they do have some shit, boy, they gotta be cold and calculated in this motherfucker. So growing pains aren't always fucking beautiful, but them bitches hurt. Sometimes you do all that growing, and there is nothing on the other side except for now you where you supposed to be at, mentally, emotionally, and physically and spiritually. My next card is some of my faves and non-faves. Ooh, that is a book idea. Okay. So my favorites versus my non-favorites. So right now, currently, some of my favorites are Professor Odie. I love him. Professor Odie's Audit Office. He has a podcast called The Antidote. I'm really waiting for Wale to drop some new content. He hasn't really dropped anything recently. His content is still good. It's giving the girls that. Lizzo, I fucking love Lizzo. I think Wale is a little insecure. I think that's one of my non-favorite qualities about him. But outside of that, he's a great person. Great music artist person for me. What are some of my favorites? Oh yes, my mini date nights. I love my mini date nights. Like what? Me, myself, and I. That's what I got, and I need it. It's one phone. Actually, I genuinely like spending time by myself, and it's kind of cool because between working on YouTube, podcast shit, and showing off other people, sometimes it's nice to have like some alone time with myself. Like people think that alone time is just the worst, but I say y'all doing it wrong. Very much so, because bitch, I enjoy my alone time. When people intrude on my alone time, I feel like, why would y'all even just come over here and do that? Like, I remember one day I was spending like a long time, and somebody just came up to me and was like, "Oh my gosh, like let me go." Oh, girl, back up. I cut one girl off because she wouldn't want to give me my alone time. She was offended every time I took my alone time. She's like, "Oh, if I said, girl, I spend most of my time with you every day. Like, let me live, bitch." And she ain't like that. So y'all know how bitches get. You're the problem. You're the problem. Now I'm a motherfucking problem and shit. And it's fucking OD and too much. Either way it goes, your girl, you can't do that. What else is a non-favorite? What else is a non-favorite? I don't like. Oh yeah. What don't I like? I don't like demandy people. Like people who are so demandy. And I think this comes from my OnlyFans because I meet like a lot of people's needs on there. And when it's time for me to actually take a break and actually like do work, they're like, "Oh man, can you do this?" And then they don't have the money or the funds. They're just like, "Oh, can you do this video?" And I tell them how much it's gonna cost, and I'm like, "Okay, well when you like just let me know," because I think I've done like shit for people, and then like I've sunk the video and they haven't paid the tab. So I'm like, okay, pay for the tab and like pay for the shit, and I got the video for you. Because some of this shit is like it's not even like usable at all anymore. And they get upset with me. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's," I was like, "It's not even usable anymore because it's so custom." And it just sits there, and it's just like I'm not gonna take the price tag off my shit. But yeah, those are just a few things that I like and I don't like. Forgiveness for family and friends. Oh God. Forgiving people is not necessary. Contrary to popular belief, I know people like, "Oh, you have to forgive others." No, the fuck you don't. I feel like a lot of times people preach forgiveness because when we teach forgiveness, it puts us in a place where we're like, oh my gosh, I forgave that person, so I should feel so much better. Bitch, you got me fucked up. To begin with, I don't really like that type of shit. Like people are like, oh, I have to forgive, I have to forgive, I have to forgive. No, you don't. Who said you had to forgive? You don't have to forgive no fucking body. People do shit to you on purpose or whether it's on purpose or not on purpose. But bitch, if it fucked you up so bad that you cannot forgive them, you don't have to fucking forgive them. Like, cause if you was to take your emotions out of it and the affection that you had towards that person, and you were to look at that person like a regular person, the shit they did, even if you did forgive them, you won't fuck with them. Because I'm telling you right now, people be like, oh, you have to forgive that. And then they'll go back and do the same shit over and over and over again. And if it's not the same shit over and over again, you over there talking about something. Damn, I remember when this motherfucker did this. I remember. You bitch, you haven't forgiven them. Because you really don't want to forgive them. And sometimes it's okay. I was literally sitting there and I remember sitting there talking to like a therapist. And I asked my therapist, I said, is it important for me to forgive everybody? She said, no, the fuck you don't have to. Cause I got a female therapist now, bitch. Yes, but when I had my male therapist, even my male therapist said this shit before he tried to fucking fuck me. Okay, he basically came out there and said you don't have to forgive people for the shit that do. He said people know when they are wrong and right, and you don't have to forgive people. He said it irks his nerves and my nerves. It most definitely irked my nerves because we was talking about this, and I said it really genuinely irks my nerves when people say you should forgive certain things, and I said people know exactly what they did when they did it. And I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker turn into a priest or a monk tomorrow or the next day. If I can't forgive you, bitch, I can't forgive you. Like people be like, oh man, I'll never forgive. Like it was like I'll never forgive this person if they did this. Like people, like it's this one white girl who kept on calling me a nigger. Okay, nigger, like white girl. She was like, oh, you're a nigger, you're a nigger. I said, please don't say that. That makes sense. She said, okay, nigger, okay, nigger, okay, nigger. I literally went to HR, everything. This girl literally made my life a living hell and made me lose my fucking job. Literally at that exact fucking moment when she literally would complain to people, and then she literally had a fucking campaign against me to make my job harder. And between her making that and the person the boss that was sexually harassing me, bitch, I don't have to forgive their asses. I don't. Because all forgiveness does is absolve somebody else for the shit that they've done. No, bitch, I need you to understand that shit that you did was not okay. I'm never gonna forgive that white bitch for calling me a nigger or a nigga, and then sleeping with my mans. I will never forgive that bitch for that because that was intentional. That was intentional, and I did nothing to that bitch. That was intentional to hurt my feelings and just try to fucking humble me. Bitch, if anything, bitch, you boosted my motherfucking ego. But as far as forgiving her, I don't have to forgive a fuck thing. And I won't be forgiving it. I don't have to forgive the man that literally made my life a living hell because I didn't want to sleep with him at my job. I don't have to forgive that shit because that was intentional. I told you no to fucking me and entertaining me. I literally was being sexually harassed by my manager. I don't have to forgive that man. That man is married. Intentionally knows he's fucking married in my face, constantly flirting with me every single day. I literally damn near, I don't have to forgive him. We be like, oh, forgiveness will make the world go around. No, bitch, forgiveness will absolve that other person. No, bitch, you need to understand that this right here is not okay with me, bitch. I don't give a fuck if, no. You believe it, my therapist said you don't have to forgive a fuck thing. You do need to grow and heal, but you don't have to forgive a fuck thing. Leave. If a person got you so fucked up that the shit they did is so fucking heinous, fuck forgiving them. Oh yeah, man, I just want to really be, nah, I don't forgive shit. I don't, bitch, if it's that heinous, bitch, I don't forgive it. My uncle intentionally tried to fucking choke me the fuck out. I'm not forgiving that nigga for shit. I don't give a fuck if that nigga became world peace nigga of the year, bitch. He wouldn't be getting my vote. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I would gladly disagree. And y'all can say, oh, that's holding a grudge. No, it's not holding a grudge. That moment changed me. That moment made me go fucking insane and damn near Baker act myself. I never, ever, ever wanted to kill myself more than when my uncle tried to kill me. So when y'all say, oh, you should forgive him, I don't have to forgive a damn thing. That man is a menace. Man is still beating on bitches. Mm-hmm. And you expect me to be like, oh, I forget that nigga. No, I don't have to. One of my favorites admitted to beating the fuck out of a bitch one day because he was so angry. And to me, I was like, man, that's part of his past. I can forget that because he only did that one time. But to that one girl that could have traumatized the fuck out of her, and she probably in her mind, I ain't forgiving that nigga. And what that nigga said, if she don't never forgive me, I understand it, cause I know me. So before y'all come out here and be like, forgiveness, and bitch, if they did you so slimy, don't forgive them. But bitch, if you have forgiveness in your heart, let it fly. And let that be that. But don't be trying to force forgiveness on motherfuckers, cause y'all be, yeah. A bitch gave me silent treatment. I remember, y'all, I was dating this one dude. This dude knew that I needed to talk about some shit. This nigga gave me the silent treatment for 2 weeks. And came back like it was nothing. Mind you, we worked together. We went together. 2 weeks not talking to me. At home. At work. Nowhere. But always in my face enough to go accuse me of cheating on him. Mm-hmm. Argue. I'll be like, that's not the case. Nigga put his phone on D&D, won't even talk to me. 2 weeks. And then be like, hey, baby, I was just mad at you. I was trying to hurt you. You were trying to hurt me. You hurt my feelings. And I'm supposed to be so fucking for real. Oh boy, I waited for that nigga to break his silent treatment so I could curse that ass the fuck out. And he don't never have to forgive me for the shit that I said out my mouth, because I meant it. I cursed another nigga out. And he don't have to ever forgive me, because I meant every word that came out my mouth. I was sick of his shit. I'm tired of it. And he don't do shit for me. And he stressed me the fuck out. The nigga got to go. He got to hit the dough. He got to hit the road. He has to flee from me, demon. And if I gotta say some hurtful shit to that nigga for him to grow up and mature, for him to, bitch, I'm not sorry for it, because I meant it. It's in with some heinous shit. So don't try to figure out what I said. But I said some heinous shit. And I'm not apologizing for the words that came out my mouth either. And so before y'all come out here and be like, oh, well, forgiveness, bitch, I don't even read the Bible. You don't even read the Bible for real. So shut up. And if you do, it's over 4,000. Hey, Google, how many religions in the world?
On the website nationaldaycalendar.com, they say, it may surprise you to know that there are over 4,000 recognized religions in the world. Do you want a little more context?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Okay.
But you see what I'm talking about? Over 4,000, baby. Somebody is not going to believe in the shit that you believe in. And I said this in another video, but I didn't want to piss y'all too bad. But whoever God is to you, i.e. your imaginary friend, you don't have to tell everybody or try to push your imaginary friend on everybody. Because I damn sure as fuck don't. I let y'all assume all the worst shit about me. And even when I was a Christian, I never understood when people would like push God onto them. Because I was like, yeah, I was raised in the church and I hated it my whole entire life. And yes, at some point I was like a believer for real. But that phase flew out extremely fast. But I never felt the need to like push it, even when I was in it, because it was like, bitch, if I'm living my life how and my life is great, motherfuckers gonna want to come to the shit I believe in. I really like the motherfuckers who know that I believe in spirituality and I got close enough to me to have like the deep shit conversations about the shit we talk about. These motherfuckers see the life I live and understand that, bitch, the life I live is wonderful to them. It might not be wonderful to you, but it might be wonderful to them. And these motherfuckers is asking me what the fuck I'm doing, and they 9 out of 10 already be on the same path I'm on. All I'm doing is just giving them more information on what helped me on my spiritual journey, because everybody's spiritual journey is different. Some motherfuckers practicing other things, bitch. I'm not practicing certain things. I just, but when it come down to it, and it gets to eating up, and we get to bitch, if your life is that fucking amazing and so great, I'm telling you right now, we will if we have to. But if I keep it a whole entire lean fucking bean, don't come in my comments telling me no crazy shit. Don't be like, oh, well, the Bible says I have to forgive. I said, bitch, this is my opinion. You ain't got to forgive a damn thing if you don't want to. Especially when motherfuckers did that shit on purpose. Anyways, thank you for coming to Sunshine's Bakery, baby. Love you. I know y'all was like, this just ain't how we wanted to end it. Fine. I love you guys. These are just my opinions. Everyone has one. Don't get all stuffy on me now. I've been eating healthier. You can follow me on OnlyFans. It's snowing outside and it's beautiful. We're gonna stay inside the house. Is this working for y'all? Cause if not, I really don't know. I said what I said. It's just been an episode of Sunshine's Bakery.